I have bones to pick. So I'm in class today. I'm in discussion. There's like 16 people in this class, and we're in like two rows, and it's the GSI is my most engaging. GSI, this is my most engaging discussion that I've ever been in. He's like so excited, like it feels like a class experience that like you assume college is like before you go. And so far my experience with discussions have been like no one speaks. The GSI is kind of like not shy, but just like understands that like no one's too into it, so like they don't really put in too much effort to be engaging. They're kind of just like there, and they have like slides that they'll just go through, and they're like, oh, we're done, no one wants to talk, okay, that's fine. Like sometimes they'll try, but it's just like, you know. And I actually told that to my friend, and she was like, what, my experience is so opposite, we are different majors, so that might be it. And the class that I'm taking now is that I'm talking about is folklore, so it's a bit different from, oh, why am I reaching into my shirt? It's a bit different from my classes with that experience of all my discussions. Anyways, so this guy's so social. Like, I come into class like a minute or two late, and he's talking. He's like, what, I forget what he's talking about, but then he's talking about like what we do this weekend. He's like, was anyone hungover on Monday from the Super Bowl? Who watched the Super Bowl? Anyone hungover? And this girl's like, yeah, me, haha, me too. Also, there's this dude who talks a lot. I think he's from like somewhere in the South, and he has like an accent. He's wearing like cowboy boots, and he has Let me look it up. I don't know. Was it? Yes. What are these called? Uh, what is this called? Oh, he just has a little case of nicotine pouches on his desk next to like an energy drink. I was like, this dude is not from here. That's so funny. Like, yes, so many people do so many forms of nicotine, but it's just so funny just have it on your desk. And then like my GSI is talking to us about adult things like drinking. Didn't know they could do that. I was like, whoa, like, oh my, like my college class experience have been pretty similar to like high school. No, like everyone's just so like shy, and I don't know. This kid just has. He's talking about. Uh, uh. Anyways, this is the most engaging discussion I've ever been in. People are discussing for real. Usually, people aren't discussing in my discussions. But this GSI was talking, and like people speak and people don't speak. It's usually like a few of the same people who are speaking, and he's talking, and he asks a question, and he walks towards me, points his hand out towards me, and goes, Ashley? I was like, what? Why am I being called on? Why am I being called on? I mean, I shouldn't be called on. I'm in college. Why am I being called on? Why did you say my name? It doesn't say, no one else has been called on thus far. And it's not like I'm the only one who's not speaking. Most of the people aren't speaking. There's like a few people talking, and it's like the same few people. Why am I being called on? I like, it's college. If I don't want to speak, let me not speak. And I didn't know the answer to the question, which is what, like, one of the main reasons. If I had an answer, I would have spoken. Maybe not, but like maybe. I didn't know if they. And I was like, And then I just said something, and he was like, well, sort of. And then like I could feel my face getting red. I was like, why am I being called on? Okay. I feel like not always, but like I'm being called on more than other people are. But like this one in particular, he doesn't call on anyone, and he walks over to me, directs his hand at me like this, and is like, Ashley? And says a question again. I was like, what? Like, it's 10:30. Why am I being called? What? Just let me sit. What? And I'm not the only one who's not talking, and he's never called on anyone before and goes, They're like, pick someone else, not me. And I go, oh my god, like, my brain just does not work when people ask me questions because he literally just said like, why might someone use, why might, what does it mean when someone says like you're playing with semantics, or like why might someone say that? And I was like, because they're being misleading. Like my brain shuts off when someone asks me a question like that in class. It was like literally the easiest question in the world. I was like, anyways, if you're mark my GSI, don't call on me. I have nothing to say. I'm just there to listen. I thought I ended the video. Oh, also, at the last discussion from last week, he was like, next week we're gonna go to Strada, the cafe that's across from the fountain, or meet at the fountain, whatever, and we're gonna do some field work, and you guys will have to go up to someone and get some folklore from them. And I go, my reaction is, and then he's like, haha, haha, I saw your face, haha. I was like, let me, like, this is why I don't react, as I don't want anyone to. I get that it's a discussion, and I'm too old to not want to discuss, but I don't want to discuss. I'm just there to listen. I love him though. He's amazing. His uh this is like the most comfortable I've ever felt in a discussion because he's so like social and stuff. So he is cool, and I do love this class. But don't call on me.